For fans by a fan.
Watch out.
A wrestling podcast for the casual and hardcore. Tweener Wrestling.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out.
Locked, loaded, ready to go. It's your man Miffy Plays. Welcome back, Tweener Wrestling Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. Today is Monday, April the 10th, and we are a few hours away from Monday Night Raw. The official first week after WrestleMania is in the books. A lot of shit went down. A lot of shit to discuss. And we're going to be touching a little bit on everything. Before we jump into it, if you're new to the channel or podcast and you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and sub, man. It's free, and I would really appreciate it if you gave me a like. Now, whatever podcast platform you're listening on, whatever rating system they got, you know, drop down, scroll up, wherever you got to navigate to get to it. Go ahead and rate the podcast, and also give it a review if it gives you that option as well. It'll just help the podcast grow and just help the community grow as well. What else? That is it. Let's just jump into it, guys. Let's go. All right, so jumping into this episode, we are going to start off by talking about the biggest news over the week to me. The WWE draft is back. It is an event that I am somewhat still excited for. It's kind of weird. It's a weird excitement. It's because it's an event that we all like and anticipate, but at the same time, in the back of our minds, I feel like we know as wrestling fans that it's not going to stick. So like if the Usos get drafted to Raw, we know they're not just going to stay on Raw the entire time until the next draft. So it's like, it's a bittersweet, but I still like the event itself. A few words that Triple H, he made the announcement on Friday Night SmackDown. I'm not sure if I said that already, but a few things he said stuck out to me. So the number one thing he said that just replays in my mind, he says that this draft is going to be the biggest draft ever. Now, draft events, like I said, I'm excited about them, but they're not like major events. So what could Triple H do to make this draft the biggest draft ever? The only thing that I can come up with is have free agents a part of the draft. And when I say free agents, I mean like surprise people. Like, for instance, let's say that Andrade gets out of his WWE contract and he makes his comeback at the draft. Like, that's a pop. Or, you know, same thing for Miro, aka Rusev. So that would make the draft big. Like if Rusev, aka Miro, was in the top 5 of one of SmackDown Raw, like one of their draft picks, that would be a major pop for that draft, and it would really breathe new life into it. Or, you know, not just, you know, AEW people, if it was just like, you know, New Japan people were available, even though as WWE fans, we're not really, most of us really don't know any New Japan wrestlers, but, you know, just using that as an example. So that's one way to make the draft big outside of returning superstars, because I don't think he said the date of the draft, so I'm not sure when it's going to be. But like, you know, it's a good time for Big E to come back, or if Randy Orton, if he gets medically cleared to come back, we would like to see that. I'm trying to think of any other superstars that could be unavailable at the moment. They could come back besides those two, but you guys kind of get what I'm saying. He said it's going to be the biggest draft ever. So how can he make it the biggest? And those are the only two ways I can think of. Returning superstars or people that's not with the company that's going to ink a deal and make their appearance then. I think that's the best way to get a major pop. And then another thing he said is every superstar is going to be available. So in the previous drafts, to my knowledge, that has not been a thing, because I can't remember seeing Brock Lesnar get drafted, because he kind of always just, if he needs to be on Raw, he's there. If he needs to be on SmackDown, he's there. I think he's listed as an official Raw superstar, but he was he on SmackDown? No, the Cody Rhodes beatdown happened on Raw. Never mind. But he's an official Raw superstar, but I'm pretty sure he's been on SmackDown this year. I feel like at least he has to be been once or twice. I don't know. You guys correct me in the comments. But yeah, so those are the two things. So in my mind, I'm assuming if every superstar is going to be available, depending on when the draft is, I'm not sure if it's before or after SummerSlam, Roman is going to get drafted number 1. I'm assuming when he loses the titles, though, he's going to take a leave. So I don't know if if you guys haven't heard, I say that Roman is going to keep it till SummerSlam. That's when he's going to lose it, at SummerSlam. And then he's going to leave and probably not come back to like the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania-ish time. But I think he's going to lose that Royal Rumble. So if the draft is after SummerSlam, then Roman is going to get drafted number 1. But if it's before, I don't know. But Roman has to go number 1. Even if Roman is on a break, I'm still taking Roman number 1. You just got to have him on your show. My draft order, top 5. This is my draft order. Roman number 1. Let's just say everybody who's there now is available, okay? And then I'm gonna put in some superstars that's not there too. Top 5. Roman number 1. Number 2. It hurt me to say this, guys. It really hurts me to say this. Number 2, I gotta go with Charlotte Flair. The only reason why is because she pretty much makes everybody in the ring look good. Now, some of her rivalries do fall flat, but to me, it's never her fault. It's the person she's going against. Like, I think the Charlotte and Liv Morgan rivalry went flat, but I don't know. Was it Charlotte and Liv? Or am I thinking about Charlotte and Ronda? I don't know. One of them went flat, though. But it wasn't, to me, it's just not Charlotte's fault. But anyway, Charlotte number 2. I'm not going to explain the other ones. I'm just saying. Take a sip of my apple juice. Roman number 1. Charlotte number 2. It was between Charlotte and Becky, though, but I went with Charlotte. To me, Becky just, I don't know. Anyway, Charlotte number 2. Number 3. I'm going to draft. Number 3. I'm going to draft. Give me a returning Randy Orton at number 3. Number 4, I'm going to go with give me. Oh shit, number 4, I got to go with Cody Rhodes. I'm surprised I didn't draft Cody over Randy Orton. Number 4, I'm going with Cody Rhodes, and number 5, I just smacked my desk a couple times. Number 5, if we can draft teams, then give me the Usos so I can have the bloodline on my show still. So number 5 will be a team for me. That's my top 5 draft. Let me know if you're watching this on YouTube. Let me know who your top 5 draft picks are. Or if you want to, let me know who your top 10 is. But I can't wait for the draft. I want to say after this podcast, if I get done recording, I'm going to look into it a little bit more and see if I can get a date on the podcast. On the draft, because he didn't say it when he came out. All right, moving on. What else happened? So that was on SmackDown. There was an announcement on SmackDown. Now, Triple H also came out on Raw as well after the WWE sale to Endeavor Entertainment. Now, I'm not even tripping or looking deeply into this, so I'm not even gonna dwell on this topic very long. So, WWE sold to Endeavor Entertainment, like, I think the day after Mania, I believe. And people automatically started just shitting on the whole thing, because Endeavor also owns UFC. So people was like, the WWE UFC merger. And I hate them saying that term, merger, because I don't think they're gonna merge. Like, UFC is gonna stay an entity, and WWE is going to stay an entity. And yes, you might have like Conor McGregor might eventually make an appearance on WWE TV, or vice versa. Like, you might see Roman Reigns and the Bloodline sitting in the crowd at a UFC event type shit. But I don't think like UFC is going to get watered down and fake, for a lack of a better term. And I don't think WWE is going to get gruesome and hardcore and bloody this and bloody that everywhere, like the UFC is. I mean, eventually it's going to be some type of cross promotion, yes. But at the same time, I think they're going to just remain who they are. And I think people just kind of heard it and just ran with the shit. I mean, to me, I look at it like this. I'm not sure what part of the world you guys live in, but like, I'm going to use Walmart as an example. You do know that like most people know that Walmart and Sam's Club are owned by the same people, but like, but they operate differently, but they're owned by the same people. They're not merged together. They're standalone companies. Like you either work for Walmart or you work for Sam's Club, but they are owned by the same people. They're under the same umbrella. So I kind of look at it like that. It's like companies all the time are under the same umbrella. That don't mean that they're merged and they do things and run things the same way. They're just under the same umbrella. I mean, it's whatever. I'm not looking that deep into it. I don't even know if what I said makes sense. But like I said, I'm not looking that deep into it. I mean, it's cool. Triple H came out Monday Night Raw. Said we not going anywhere. I'm like, did somebody say I was going somewhere? But it didn't matter to me. Everything the same. The only thing I would like to change is has nothing to do with the TV product, but now since it's a merger, can we get like UFC fighters in WWE games like a DLC, or can I get vice versa? Can I get like when UFC 5 come out? I would love to have like Roman Reigns and like UFC 5 is like pre-order the game and get a free Roman Reigns download. That would be dope as fuck. Dope as fuck. And it got to be Roman. It can be somebody with a MMA background like Matt Riddle or something in the UFC game. I would like that. That's cool. What else we got? Let me bring it up on my phone. Bring it up on my phone right quick. Oh, so Backlash is going to Puerto Rico. We got Backlash going into Puerto Rico. So the LWO is back, baby. They came back prior to WrestleMania. I'm loving it. I love everything about it. I'm an African American, clearly, but I am going to buy an LWO shirt when I get paid within the next 48 hours. I am ordering me a $22.49 LWO shirt from WWE.com, and I'm gonna proudly wear it. I was so happy. I was such a huge NWO fan, and I loved LWO when they was in WCW, and I hate it for the people that aren't taking the LWO or looking at them in a serious way, because I like went to WWE's Instagram page and a lot of people never heard of the LWO. They was thinking that the LWO was just an NWO ripoff. Like they didn't know there was an LWO in WCW. But anyway, the LWO is back and I'm loving it. The only thing that I kind of hope that happens is that that is a group of that lasts. I'm hoping for longevity. I'm praying for longevity. And I want them to add more people. The main reason why I fell in love with the NWO, the NWO Wolfpack, the LWO, and there was others like the BWO and a whole lot of others. But the reason why I fell in love with them is because of how massive the groups was. Like I remember one time the NWO came out and they took up the whole entire ramp. Like everybody was NWO for life. And even in the LWO, I want to say max, it probably got to 6 to 8 people max. Probably about between 6 to 8 people. So I would like to see more people. Right now, you just got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people in the LWO right now. But you have a lot of Hispanic superstars that they aren't really using, like Angel Garza and Humberto, if I'm saying his name correct. If I said correct. If I'm saying his name right. You can add those 2 guys. I would have liked to see Raquel Rodriguez in it as well, but she's doing her own thing kind of, so I guess not. But at least Angel Garza and Humberto, if I'm saying his name correctly. Apologize if I'm not. I would love to see them a part of the LWO. But going a little bit going a little deeper into this topic. When I saw them make their appearance and I saw that they were going at it with the Judgment Day, and I heard that the next event is in Puerto Rico, it kind of made me a little scared, a little sad, because I feel like I hope that that's not the only reason they brought LWO back. I hope that they're not just bringing these guys back for a one-off to sell tickets for Puerto Rico. Because WWE does do that. They do that a lot. Every time they go to Saudi Arabia, they always got to put Mustafa Ali on the card. Man, don't be on the card for the whole damn year. Soon they go to Saudi, all of a sudden he on the card. Or like if they go to Africa or somewhere in that area, they all, almost is on the card or some shit like that. So the fact that you got Rey Mysterio and them, LWO, you got the Judgment Day with Dom, you got Bad Bunny coming back for this event. I'm hoping it's not just a one cheap pop for the main event, and then that's it. And then LWO is probably going to last like one more pay-per-view event, and then disappear. I love it, and I hope that they stay, and I hope that they grow. I do not like Escobar as a face at all. So I'm hoping that at Backlash that the LWO loses. Since Ray got the win at WrestleMania, I'm hoping that the LWO loses, because I fucks with Dominic Mysterio tough. I want him to win, laugh at his dad, and then I would like for LWO to blame Rey Mysterio for the loss and just smash on him. Similar to how Judgment Day did Edge, I would like for LWO just smash on him. LWO becomes a heel group. They insert Angel Garza, get some more members, and then that's it. And then you can do a Santos and Rey Mysterio rivalry, and then the Judgment Day could go on and do whatever they need to do next. I would like that. Or what would be even cooler, but I know it's not gonna happen, if the Judgment Day would disband and then Dominic would become a part of the LWO. I would like to see that too, but I think the Judgment Day gonna be here at least closer to the end of the year before they disband. What else? Next topic. Real briefly, Logan Paul resigns with the WWE. That's about it. I like him. Right now, my top superstars are like Logan Paul, Montez Ford, Dominic Mysterio, and let's see, Rhea Ripley. Give me one more so I can round out a nice solid 5. Logan Paul. Roman Reigns, I guess. I was finna go with Seth, but Roman. I like Roman. I really like Roman right now. Those are my top superstars. So yeah, Logan Paul with the re-signed. And then let's see what's else. What else? Like I said, we're just touching on what happened on Raw, what happened on SmackDown. I mean, the main event of Raw, we had Cody came out. Cody tried to get a rematch at the beginning of the show. Ended up getting placed into a tag team with Brock Lesnar. Now, typically, I always see shit coming, but I did not see Brock flipping on Cody. I should have known, because Brock doesn't. Why? I don't know why. I should have known. Brock does not wrestle on weekly episodes. Neither does Roman anymore on weekly episodes. So why, for the life of me, why did I think? Maybe because it was the Raw after Mania, and typically the Raw after Mania is a big show. But maybe that's the reason why I thought it was about to happen. But the match was about to start. Brock turns on Cody. I think he gives him 2 or 3 F5s. I think it's 2. He starts off with 2 F5s and then gets all the way to the finale. F5s him. No, he did 4 F5s. I think he did 2 in the ring. Then he did an F5 through the announcer table. Couple of chair shots. And I think he did a final F5 on the steps. Stood over him like the badass he is. And I don't know what direction we're going in. Are we going in Brock versus Cody at Backlash for the number 1 contendership? Or are we going for Brock versus Cody versus Roman triple threat match, and then Brock pins Cody? No. Brock ain't gonna take the title. What am I thinking about? Roman pins Cody or Brock. Oh no, Roman pins Brock. So technically he beats Brock and Cody. Cody takes another L, but Cody doesn't take 2 pinfalls in a row that'll really, I guess, fuck him up. So I'm assuming we're heading towards the Brock and Cody match. And then Cody's going to beat Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure Cody's going to beat Brock Lesnar. I'm assuming that's where we're headed to. But, oh man, it was something that just slipped my mind. That happened on Monday Night Raw. Oh, just how bad that was. Oh my God, that was the worst Raw after Mania ever. So a lot of people expected Braun Breaker because Braun lost to Carmelo Hayes. But he came back. He was on NXT previously, and now he's a bad guy. So a lot of people expected Braun Breaker. I didn't, but a lot of people did. But me, I expected Big E. There's something going on with Randy Orton that I haven't looked into deeply, so you guys just let me know in the comments because I'm kind of lazy on the Google searches. Something else is going on with Randy for the reason that he's not back. Matt Riddle did come back half naked. He's back. I mean, he needs to put on some more clothes, bro. Like, I'm cool with you not wearing like wrestling boots or something, but can we like tape up the feet to put something on you? Cause you just coming out with your drawers on is just, I don't know, man. You ain't got no elbow pads, no knee pads, no armbands, no. Can we get a necklace or something? A headband, something. I mean, the neckiness is kind of, I don't know, man. The neckiness, it just ain't for me, bro. So really, outside of the Matt Riddle coming back, he had a match. I want to say it was against The Miz, I think. Outside of Matt Riddle coming back, Raw after Mania was horrific, the worst one. So I expected a lot from SmackDown, and SmackDown was better than Raw, but I don't know what the hell happened. They dropped the ball completely. So Triple H, a lot of people saying that like Vince McMahon is back in control and that why it was so bad, but I don't know if I want to use that as an excuse anymore, because every time it's a good show, they're like, great job, Triple H. But every time it's a bad show, they're always saying, oh, this smells like Vince McMahon is back in control. I mean, it don't matter who is in control, bro. Vince McMahon I've seen Vince put on banger shows. I've seen Triple H put on banger shows. We've definitely seen Vince put on crappy shows, and not gonna lie, I've seen Triple H put on crappy, half-ass type shows. So, I mean, like, I don't care who running it, bro. Just give me something good to watch. It's not that freaking hard. Give me something good to watch, bro. And that's really it. That's really it as far as, like, a recap. Now, I was gonna slip in some AEW shit because Jay White is All Elite now. So I was going to talk about that, but that's me talking about it, just not acknowledging that Jay White is All Elite. I said that next week I might put together an AEW episode. But as far as this week and the roundup for what has happened in the wrestling world, that is it. And with that being said, we are at the end of today's episode. Now, I just want to say this as well. Going forward, I'm going to be putting this on the schedule. So a new episode will be released every Monday from now on. Every Monday, you guys get a new episode. Just because I kind of noticed, I dropped episode 1, season 2, episode 1, a few hours before Monday Night Raw. I'm doing the same thing now with episode 2. Few hours before Monday Night Raw. So just going forward, we're just going to keep that as a routine so you guys don't have to constantly keep checking, wondering when a new episode is going to come out. New episode every Monday, guys. Now, it might not be a few hours before Monday Night Raw, but every Monday a new episode will air. And then after that schedule is kind of running smoothly, I think I might do 2 episodes a week. One episode dedicated to WWE fans, and then another episode dedicated to AEW fans. So I might do that, or I might just mix the two and just drop everything on Monday. But anyway, I appreciate every single person for tuning in on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm about to chill out, drink some more apple juice, and watch Monday Night Raw and pray that tonight's episode is not as bad as the Raw After Mania episode. All right. Once again, I appreciate everybody. And that is a wrap. Season 2, episode 2, Tweener Wrestling Podcast. Memphian Plays. I'm out. Peace, y'all.